Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. It is Sunday night, and we are live for a special report as the markets will be opening up with some news that gets broken over on Friday, and with a lot going on in the precious metals markets and geopolitically, new tariff threats as well that I didn't cover that is playing a role, I think, in some of this. So we're going to get into a lot of that here tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you being here. And Liquid Electrum right out of the gate with a $9.99 super chat. I appreciate that. Now, the markets take a few minutes to actually propagate over a Kitco site, even though it is 6 p.m. now. It takes a few minutes for them to show up there. But thank you, Liquid Electrum. I appreciate that act of kindness. Very nice of you indeed. Good to see NanXX. A lot of good folks here tonight. I apologize in advance for my voice. I'm at the tickling throat stage, so I'm going to be coughing a lot. And I have a little first world problem, folks, because I have my coffee here, and my taste buds have not fully recovered yet, and I have cough drops with menthol that maybe will help, but I don't want to take both because it's going to send my taste buds into a tailspin. Now, I really still can't taste everything. Everything still tastes kind of bitter. But nonetheless, so bear with me here tonight. I'm going to try to get through this coffee, but I appreciate you guys bearing with me here. And we're going to get into it because this is a special broadcast here tonight. So let's see. Let's answer a few comments. We've got a few minutes before the markets propagate over Kitco, even though they're open right now. We have a good question here from Greg Harding. He says, random question. Do you think the U.S. will go to the polymer notes that Australia has? A short answer to that question is no. The reason for that is because we have a very powerful lobby in Massachusetts called the Crane Paper Company. And the Massachusetts delegation is pretty powerful. State and also federal elected officials have campaigned to keep the dollar alive with paper. And so that would essentially put them out of business, and they're a very powerful lobby. But I don't see that happening anytime soon at all. With cash being less and less being used anyway, they're already kind of suffering, or they're not getting as much business because most dollars these days are just digitized. But there was an attempt to try to co-circulate dollar coins, and that didn't work out either. And so yeah, we will not get polymer notes. 8-inch Destroyer is here. Good to see 8-inch Destroyer. Thank you for the 5 Sullivan Mantle gift memberships across the bow. Thank you, sir. All right. Take another slurp of this bitter coffee here. And let's do one more comment, then we'll take a look at the markets as they open up here. We got this from T.H. Caesar, who's a relatively new subscriber to the channel. He says he just picked up 13 ounces of silver from the Diamond District. They were about to send a bunch of coins to melt. I was able to look through the bin and get a great deal. They sold me some coins under melt, and then they realized their mistake when I came back and bought more the same day, but I still got a good deal at $5 per ounce per coin. Way to go. That's excellent, TH. And in fact, I talked about the Diamond District in this afternoon's video, so it's very, very good. Whoa. Look at this, folks. Michael K. sent out 5 Salivate Metal gift memberships along with 8-inch Destroyer. A double shotgun blast of those handed out. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Very kind of you indeed. It's going to be a wild night. I think we're going to see what happens here. In fact, the markets should be opened up right now. And look at this, folks. Yeah, silver is already jumped 33 cents out of the gate, folks. Up 33 cents to $50.34 right out of the gate. A 0.66% increase. Gold is up slightly to $4,020.80, a $2.40 increase. But platinum and palladium are on fire tonight. Look at that. Platinum up $19, up at 1.19%. Palladium up $29 to $1,454. Look at that. Both those metals doing very well, very volatile. I would not be surprised if they moved right back down again. But see what's going on here, folks. And I was negligent because some of this news came out late Friday about Trump's 100% tariff threat on China. And so that spooked the markets, and they they took a pretty big hit. And I think that's part of what kept gold and silver moving up at a faster clip as well. So yeah. And So it'll be very interesting to see how this plays out. Now look at this. Look at how wild this is. Silver has just pulled back much of those gains. It's now up only 6 cents, and now it is under $50 in the bid price. So there it is. Wow. So it's insane. Massive move, massive volatility here tonight. Right out of the starting gate, silver went up, and now gold has fallen $3.90. But platinum and palladium are holding on to those gains here tonight. However, they don't trade nearly as frequently as gold and silver do. But yeah, we're going to keep an eye on this. What an amazing thing to see here tonight, folks. Pretty big moves here. And then silver snapped up, and then we just saw it pull back slightly. But very, very interesting indeed. All right. And so, yes, let's see what happens. Now silver's going back up a little bit here. So we're going to revisit this. Usually what happens out of the gate is some wild volatility or move up or down in one direction, then it normalizes as the time goes on, as the night goes on. So we're going to keep an eye on that here momentarily. Let's see what Alien Gray has to say. Okay, they've had it easy, he says. Now is payback time, as silver has been deliberately crushed. But now, as we've always known, it was vastly undervalued on purpose. Yeah, well, a lot of people still feel even now that it's undervalued, but I don't know that I feel that, although I do think we're getting closer. I think if we can come out of this rally and this disruption in the silver market with $40 plus silver, I think we're doing pretty good. I really do. Once we come out of this, we'll find out. Appreciate you guys being here tonight. And let's see here. We've got Lincoln. It says here, sovereign countries are not only buying themselves for their treasuries, but encouraging their citizens as well. Think India and Japan, who have GDP same size as the U.S. and are joining BRICS. I've not heard that India already is a part of BRICS, but Japan I've not heard that was joining BRICS. Then the UK citizens and Aussies also want silver. Only the U.S. is melting junk and clogging that up. Probably 6 to 12 months to unwind. Yeah. And, and the refineries aren't even accepting that anymore. Okay, let's see here. Let's do one more. Then I'm going to revisit these markets again. We've got Green King here. Says that he's new to coins and bars. All right, well, welcome to the world of silver stacking. Do people have trouble with FedEx packages inquiring signature? My packages keep saying business closed, no delivery attempt. I'm at home all day and desk near front window. And they have the leave the depot or say out for delivery. Yeah, I don't know. I would just suggest you call them and let them know what's going on. That's a problem with FedEx, I think. But a lot of times they won't knock on a door. They'll just leave it. For signatures, sometimes they won't. It just depends on the place and location. James Smith has signed up to become a honorary citizen. Thank you, sir. Aiden Destroyer, give us your 5-year prediction on gold. Wow. 5 years out. Man, I've never done that before. I might have to think about that. Aiden Destroyer. Might be something to do a video on. Maybe I'll consider that. Yeah, it's crazy. Man, I can't even imagine 5 years what gold is going to be. I'll have to give that some serious thought. All right, let's see here. And let's see here. And out of hospital. Okay, well, welcome out of the hospital, my friend. Sorry you were in the hospital. Hope everything is okay. Glad you're out. Very good. And let's see here. We've got Peapod. Says here, that's Pamela. Gorgeous, stunning 1875 Belgian franc. Meanwhile, cryptos crashed like never before on one comment from Donald Trump last night. Yeah. And it was a lot to miss on. I don't know what he said about crypto, but yeah, crazy. Very good. Let's see here. Let's see what we've got here. Good evening to you guys. Appreciate you guys being with me here tonight. This is a special report. There's a lot that's going on in the world. And also the hostages will be freed from Gaza, maybe even this hour. or the next hour or so, or next few hours. And so that could have an effect on, unless something happens, some sort of sabotage in that exchange, which, I wouldn't rule anything out with regards to that. Keep that in mind with the Hamas. But silver is holding up steady, up slightly. It was up over 30 cents at the market open. It is now up 6 cents right now to $50.07, with the bid price at $49.95. And gold is down $7.80 and pulling back a little bit, still above $4,000 even in the bid price. Platinum is up $17 now to $1,619, and palladium is up $32. So yeah, these metals are on fire tonight for sure. Platinum and palladium. So yes, a wild night for precious metal markets as we digest what's been going on, not only here with the London Bullion Market Association I talked about, but also with the Shanghai Gold Exchange. Raw silver is trading there for almost $60 an ounce for these 15 kilogram bars there in the Shanghai Gold Exchange. And everything is there's a lot of stuff that's disrupted right now in the silver market, and sooner or later it's going to normalize, folks. But yes, indeed. So we'll keep an eye on all this stuff. Let's get back to some of these comments. We got Brian Templar says, silver on eBay is selling all over the board. Graded coins, raw coins, silver art bars, it's insane. Yes, I haven't even checked eBay lately. Can only imagine. Optional Watch says this here. He says that isn't the 1 gram squares too expensive as a unit as compared to buying a full ounce? Yes, they are. But given the high cost and price of 1 ounce coins bars are just not as feasible these days as it was even 6 months ago, much less a year ago. And some of the premiums have come down on the smaller sizes. So yes, indeed. Yes, very good. Let's see here. You have tried to chewable vitamin C. I've done it too. I've done a lot of those chewable vitamin C's. Vitamin D3, zinc, done it all. Liquid Electrum says the trend is to drop when the markets are open. It only goes up when foreign markets lately. Yeah. It's with these markets open, I've not really seen the U.S. markets when they open what happens, but it's been hit or miss on some of that too, I think. But yeah, in this market right now with what's going on, everything is on the table. It's mostly been up. We did see sharp spikes at the beginning of market opens, and also sharp drops. We saw that, I think, last week, a very, very sharp drop. Badalapinalina says, congratulations to all the stackers who are finally seeing what we always thought. One day this will blow up. I believe this is the beginning. All right, yes. It very well could be. Very well could be the beginning. Yes, indeed. Silver holds the future. Good to see you. Welcome. And Timothy is here. Good to see you, Michael K. A lot of good folks with us tonight as we peruse through these markets. It's a very interesting night we're seeing here. A lot happening. And part of me was expecting even more volatility. But indeed, the metals are all now in positive territory, with gold up now $4.10 tonight. That's right, to $4,022.50. Silver's up 6 cents now again to $50.07. So hovering in this area. And platinum and palladium are just going crazy tonight. They're up big time. So there's where they're at. All right. Let's see here. We got Silver Billionaire says, Sal, what are your thoughts on LCS switching to using COMEX futures prices for spot? That would be nice. They actually do that a lot. Yes, they do. They definitely use the COMEX futures prices, but they're not doing it now that it's lower. I don't know of any place. There's very few exceptions that I've heard in the comment section of my videos where they have actually started using COMEX futures price. And the dealers are always going to use the highest price as a combination of it, and even higher than actual spot price. They pad them. All of them do it. Right now, I don't know of any that doesn't. And it's crazy. But there it is. All right. Nice job as usual. Thank you, Lisa Anderson. I appreciate you watching. Appreciate that very, very much. You are awesome. And the song is Keep On Doing It. There you go. That's right. Keep on doing it. And let's see here. We've got this from Jam Unleashed, who is here and says this. A great report, Sal. I'm hearing that more local coin shops around here are starting to see more buyers and less sellers in recent weeks. I'm also hearing reports of UK bullion dealers running out of silver and paying well over spot price for anyone wishing to sell. Wow. And the retail market starts tightening up as well, then we could see the prices continue to advance at this accelerated rate. Yes, that is quite possible. Disruption for sure. Yes, FIL, even Summit Metals pads the spot price now. And I think all of them have done it now, and I think that's just, I guess in order to be competitive and then to continue some of the prices, so they've done it too, and they used to not do it, but it is what it is. They have a different focus now, but yep, I mean, but yes. And I think it's just not and that's the thing. I really just wish there was a standard. I really do wish that everybody had one price they could go by, but sadly, that's just not the case anymore. There's different measures. Even if you go to TradingView, which is what Kitco uses, there's different ways and different measures. They're very, very close, but you can pick different XAG and there's a whole bunch of different ones you can pick and get a different number. So. But what I don't understand is why the dealers are still showing higher prices, because they should be at least spot price or lower. So I don't understand that. 2 drops of oregano oil on the tongue is a trip. Okay, yeah. Somebody was telling me about oregano oil. It's very powerful. I don't even know, find out where you can get it, but that's interesting. Let's see here. All right, John says here, problem with silver is stackers who would rather stack on cheap prices and then allow silver to reach true potential keep buying to force shorts to run. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, you play the market games, with that world. I just believe in having the physical. Now look at this tonight, folks. We are seeing now silver go into negative territory, and gold pop right back up. It's now up $11.30. Silver is now down 4 cents tonight, below 50. It's below $50 an ounce. That's a little bit of a surprise, but it is indeed. Look at that, $49.97 for ask price for silver right now. Very good. Let's see here, and in fact, that now widens the gold to silver ratio to 80.80, and still that's kind of a low. Given that where it has been in the past, but that's where we're at. Gold up $11.30, silver now down 4 cents. So something is awry here, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it, and see if it recaptures that price and goes back above $50 an ounce tonight. Remember, folks, $50 an ounce is a pretty strong resistance point. I think there's some fight in there to kind of keep it below that. And but I do think that if we can see it hold above 51 for long enough, then I'm not saying we're going to be off to the races per se, but if we can hold on to 51 longer, then I think the chances are that we could move up into the 53s and 55s and stay there is much greater as we start to solidify a new floor. No volume. Do you have anybody else having trouble hearing me? My meter is showing that it's coming out okay, but let's see here. Let's see. All right. Let's see here. But good to see you guys. All right, let's get back over here to some of the comments here. We've got David Chung says, I've seen a kid probably in his lower 20s, new to stacking, at the coin shop buying 30 plus ounces of silver at $55 an ounce. Wow. Crazy. It's risky making moves like that, but I don't know, because we just don't know what's going to happen. Who knows? We could literally be at the top of the market now and things start to normalize. So I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but crazy. All right, let's see here. Oh, let's see what we've got happening here with the another comment we're gonna get to. Aaron Wildman says, I'd like to get your feedback on this. It's my understanding that roughly 60% of all the physical silver that's needed is industrial use, solar panels, etc. 20% jewelry, and much of the other 20% for stackers. If COMEX and the LBMA control 60% of the market, and what we witnessed last week where we blasted through 50 to 51, and then they changed the rules, even let's say 20% cite just us stackers don't stop. We buy everything, all available for vendors, wipe out even eBay. Short of raising margins again on the COMEX, I'm just curious what tricks could they possibly have left at the COMEX and their 100 to 1 print more paper tactics to keep prices suppressed. Who knows? There's a lot of complexity in the markets, and don't underestimate the natural market forces that come in and sell at a certain time or these high frequency trades. I think happen at least in part due to scheduled sell times. Based off of certain triggers, prices. If you start to see more than 5 trades or whatever in a certain given time, then you'll sell too. If you start to see a pattern or what have you, there's algorithms that are involved in some of this stuff too. Some of it automatic, some of them set by some of these organizations, and that they're saying that is potentially suppressive. But nonetheless, it's hard to really say what's going to happen from here. Okay, let's see here. Rich Henson says this, and if I can, okay, it's so weird. A person could actually pay 0 federal taxes living strictly on the sale of gold and silver at $70,000 profit per year after deductions and taxable income, 45 range, and is taxed at 0. Great for delaying Social Security until age 70. All right, yeah, there you can put down an example. Yes, it's possible, but if you're selling silver, technically you might be on the hook for taxes. Same thing with gold. So sell it little by little. Find a way to make it work. Good to see you guys. Welcome. All right, thank you so much. Good to see JM. Appreciate that. Stock market volume is low. Okay, yes. Well, the stock market's not open, at least not the. But the silver, the volume here in the precious metals markets is it's showing here. Unless this is what we're seeing here, it is pretty low right now, but it was pretty big right at the open. But yeah, let's see here. All right, now silver's back up again, over $50 again, and let's see here. So there's where it is. We've got silver back up above $50 on the ask price again. All the metals up again, so we'll keep an eye on it. And let's see here. Eddie, silver is the poor man's gold, and it still has a bargain at $50. Yeah. Yep. People feel that. But I tell you what, we could be near the top of the market. I don't rule that out either. It's something we got to be prepared for. I'm still bullish on silver, but we have to be prepared that at any point in time we could see things reverse. And I don't think by much, but it is possible. William Fender, what happened in 1980 can still happen today. Nothing has changed. Totally 100% disagree with that comment. Everything has changed since 1980. What happened in 1980 cannot and will not. I bet money on it that it couldn't happen today. I did make a video talking about how if you had 10 or so billionaires come together, you can make that happen, maybe. But not exactly what happened in 1980 with 2 brothers working as one unit, essentially. Everything has changed since 1980. Everything. Extreme Pacifist says here, following, all of the stackers and collectors of all precious metals should start a network online and through the mail to buy and sell with each other without any premiums and without paying less or more than spot. We would not need middlemen to grab profits for themselves at our expense, as it can be with buying or selling vehicles and even homes without an agent. We can make this happen. Well, there's already stuff like that around. There's plenty of different avenues you can trade with each other. The problem is you got to make sure you trust those who are you're trading with or buying and selling with. But yes, there's plenty of private sellers out there. You just have to do your due diligence before making that happen. But yes. All right, let's see here. Mark Gerstner says, today's price won't matter if you can't get the metal tomorrow. Buy now and go long. Yes, well, and I think that it also doesn't matter if you need to sell, too. And that's another thing as well. I'll be talking about that soon. Gen X Silver Stacker, I say keep stacking. Don't lose hope. Next year will surprise us all, and we'll have an even better year in 2026. All right, yep, we very well could. I think we're going to do well. We just need to see what the other side of this market looks like. That's what I'm looking at now. It's going to be crazy until the dust settles. And that's what we need to look beyond, I think, at this point. I'm going to be talking about that more in some of my videos, so stay tuned. In fact, stay tuned for tomorrow morning's video. It's going to be a very interesting topic. Varietas Veritas. The dollar lost 30% in the last 5 years alone, 99.8% and dropping. Yes, it is still dropping. Yep, that's right. That's one thing we can count on, the dollar losing value. That is for sure. That is something you can count on. The dollar will continue to lose value, and silver in the long run will maintain the value. Very good. All right. Hey, Call Silver 2.0 is here. Welcome. So good to see you. For those of you who may not remember from the good old days in this community, we had a channel called Call Silver. A very respected member of this community. Great guy. Former Marine, if I'm not mistaken. And great channel. And sadly, he has passed away, but his daughter has now taken the mantle. So check out Call Silver 2.0. It's the same channel. And you can watch some of his older videos on there, as well as her introduction video. Great stuff, so check out that channel. And I think I need to get some good knowledge there because he has imparted a lot of his knowledge onto her, which is really what it's about, generational wealth transfer. It's an incredible thing. And so that's to me, this is this type of transition and that legacy from father to daughter, I think is absolutely amazing. And that's what it's about, folks. It's about passing along the education and the fun. There's a lot of fun. Call Silver had fun. I remember some coins. I remember this one example where he was able to get a coin that was a random date, a random design, and he called up the company. I think it was Texas Precious Metals, and he said, "You have a 2010 gold kangaroo, the boxing kangaroos," and he got one of those. And I was so jealous. I mean, I want to get one of those. I finally got one too, and I have it kind of in his honor. And James Unleashed has been very kind to post a link to Call Silver 2.0's channel, so check it out. And so has Cybercurrent Twitcher, which, by the way, good to see CCT. Cybercurrent Twitcher has posted a video today. So check out Cybercurrent Twitcher's channel as well. Great video on silver coins, bullion coins. All right, let's see here. All right, let's get back into another comment. Then we'll take a look at the markets again. Chuck and Plata from my video about the LBMA turmoil says here, I listened to Brian of Vermilion Enterprises. He is buying and selling using the COMEX price, which is 47.51. He's one of the few. That's great that he's doing that. I applaud him for doing that. Can you explain how the COMEX price is adjusted? It's a futures market, and it's a backwardation. And all of that is because of the borrowing fees have gone up, and the lease rates have gone all cattywampus. So and this is an unusual market trend where the futures price is trading below the spot price. And that's because many people are going long on it. So they're not betting on those futures as much. So I think that's part of what's causing that. Now, it's been a pretty dramatic shift, and I reported on it months ago about this seismic shift and from the short positions to the long positions in the silver market. And we're starting to see the big boys do that. And so that's what that's about. Very good. All right, let's see here. And What do we have? Okay, Zardoz with an algorithmic lollipop, which I appreciate. I like to get a cough drop that's shaped like a lollipop. That would be pretty cool. I might invent that. Next time a scammer calls, I'm gonna make that as one of the products I'm gonna need funding for, is a menthol cough drop on a like shaped like a lollipop. That would be pretty cool. All right, let's take a look at the markets again. What's happening here? All right, silver is now springing back to life again, up 33 cents tonight. Even in the bid price is above 50 now, $50.22. So it's moving here. Look at that. Gold is up 22 bucks and 20 cents, 4,040 bucks and 60 cents. Man, it's hard to believe. We've got gold, silver, platinum, and palladium all in the green tonight. Both platinum and palladium up 2%. Big jumps for both those metals. North Star Stacker with a 5 spot. Thank you, North Star. Appreciate that. Check his channel out as well. Yeah, history is being made. I think we'll find out on the 18th of this month if silver is listed as a strategic mineral, Rocky Superstar. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Very cool. Thank you so much. By the way, check out Rocky Superstar's channel as well. And good to see Pamela Rice is here. Littlefoot is here. Good to see all of you guys as we peruse through these markets. I apologize again for my voice. I'm getting over COVID. And so just a nagging, itchy throat. I'm going to do the cough drop thing after I'm done with this coffee. I don't want to do it while I'm drinking the coffee. Why? Because that's going to send my taste buds, which are already affected by this thing, into a tailspin. That's a first world problem we can't have here tonight, isn't it? All right, let's see here. All right. Anton Carey. Since the 1980s, London has cornered the market on silver, made a crapload of money, and held the price down for the price of rice. Yes, to the price of rice, yeah. Well, they're in trouble right now, that's for sure. If you've not seen the video from this morning, you'll understand why here. Discourse International says this. Oh, thank you, James Unleashed, for posting a link to Rocky Superstar's channel. And so Discourse, I just bought junk silver at a coin show for $34 per $1 face. Under melt, nice. I understand dealers want to base their buy prices on the futures price because that's how wholesalers are hedged. But selling for under spot during what could become the biggest commodity squeeze of all time is insane. Just because a refinery isn't a buyer of junk silver doesn't mean that silver content isn't still real and worth every bit of physical price. The refineries will once again pay physical prices from once the backlog clears. Here's why I disagree with that. But before I tell you why I disagree with that, I want to thank 8-Inch Destroyer for 5 more Salivate Metal gift memberships across the bow. Another shotgun blast. Thank you, 8-Inch Destroyer. Appreciate you, brother. So here's why I disagree with this comment. Is because, and you'll find out in tomorrow's video, I'm going to say something fairly profound and that I'm not going to say here, so you'll watch that video. But there is a glut of junk silver out there. And I love junk silver. And I don't want it to be melted down. Of course, it's not being melted down. There's no reason to have a Stop the Melt campaign anymore. Why? Because nobody's melting it. Nobody's taking it to be melted down. So that's why you're getting the good price on it. I would say this is a good time to buy it. Buy what people are not wanting, and help the local coin shops out as well. I think that's one of the good things. You buy that stuff, it'll help the local coin shops out. You probably won't be able to sell it back to them, but that's okay. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of this time. All right. Zardoz with the Salivate Metal gift membership across the bow. Thank you so much for that, Zardoz. Good to see you guys. All right. But good comment, and I appreciate that. But that is why it's a good idea to buy it. And but that's the reason why the price is lower. It's just simple economics. It really is. Mr. Jones, 95% currency robbery on the thieves. Get the public to celebrate $50 silver. All right. That's right. There you go. Good to see Silver Wolverine. All right. And the breaking news, Silver Wolverine did not say, "Yo, Sal." He parted from his usual. Now he gives a semi-formal greeting. Maybe one day Silver Wolverine will say, "Greetings, Mr. Sal." But he went from being very formal or informal to, "Yo, Sal, what's happening?" Little gangsta. Silver Wolverine went gangsta. Now he's like, "Hell, hi, Sal." There you go. 8-Inch Destroyer. That's right, 8-Inch Destroyer. He melts everything. That's exactly right. That's what all the ladies. That's why the ladies love 8-inch destroyer, because he melts their hearts. You know what I mean? And that's exactly right. I should have known. That's for sure. All right. Let's see here. We've got Mark Bernard says here, I buy stuff like I have some fractional little Aztec counter coins. Yeah, those are cool. I've got some of those too. Got some pretty good deals on those things. I thought they were cool. Buy what you like and you will come out good. It's funny. This is 10 months old. It aged well. Thank you. All right, rolling the dice. This was a members only video. I've only done a few of those. That remained members only. I'll keep that, but thank you. And thank you, Jay Malik, for posting a link to Silver Wolverine's channel. All right. Very, very good. And let's see here. Let's take a look. I'm kind of curious, aren't you? Let's see what's going on with the markets right now. Boom shalaka. Silver holding on to its over 30% or 30-cent gain here tonight. 33 cents, a 0.67% increase to $50.34, with silver's bid price of $50.22. 12 cents worth of difference between the bid and the ask price tonight. Gold up $17.40 now to $4,035.80. It's just amazing. To me, looking at $4,000 gold and $50 silver, if you would ask me if this would happen 2 weeks ago, I would have said, I don't think so. Not this soon, anyway. James Smith, thank you. Some more cough drops. Thank you for the cough. I'm going to get the cough drops. As soon as I finish this coffee, I'm going to get to the cough drops. I just don't want to mix the two, you know what I'm saying? But we'll keep there. Jesse J says tickers are not updating properly. Maybe not. There we go. Silver Wolverine. Yo, bro, what's happening? We're just chilling over here. There's the informal. That means that's right. There you go. All right. So let's see here. Not updating. We'll refresh these here, see what's happening. But let's take a look at the volume of this again here. The volume of the silver market. Look at that. This thing here showing like a dramatic fall right now. Maybe this is not updating either. But yeah, it looks like there's not much activity between there and here. Let me get this linear time. Yeah, this is like there's nothing in this area right here. We got that small drop in the bid price, and then it so maybe something's not updated. THC cough drops. There you go. Oh man. So this may not be accurate. Perhaps. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, let's see here. Let's get over to this. We got Cybercurrent Twitcher. I did wonder if you guys were going to have problems getting silver from overseas mints. You can find that the foreign silver you already hold becomes more sought after. Yes. It'll be interesting. I don't know, and I don't think we're going to have problems getting Britannias over here. I think the big problem is getting contract-sized bars back to LBMA on flights. Let's see here. J.M. Lee says, I think silver trading has been halted. Cannot confirm yet. Whoa, all right. Yeah, if it is, let me know. Post a link. That would be something. If trading was halted, I wish my coughing would be halted. Let's see here. Let's do a few more comments. We'll see if we have more extended time of the halting or the no reporting here. Let's see here. Steve Amtka says, Uncle Sal, Wiseman 202 from Florida says, here we go again, COMEX and LBMA changing market rules by saying that we will use futures to buy instead of spot. This crap that COMEX and LBMA have been doing will give more credibility to the Asian markets, and thus will place the Asian markets as the lead markets. Yep, I've talked about that recently, and you're right, you make a very good point. There's a power shift that's happening there. Very good. We just have this in. Again, I apologize for the coughing. I'm going to be getting the cough drops. I'm almost done with the coffee. But Boats has signed up again to become an honorary citizen. Thank you, Boats. Appreciate that on his own accord. Very nice of you indeed. Appreciate that. Richard Metcalf says, hang on to those silver slippers. They must be very valuable, or they wouldn't want them so badly. That's true. Although I will be discussing in part some of that what you mentioned here tomorrow in tomorrow's video. Personal stash says U.S. dollar has lost over 30% of its value since just 2017. It's mind-blowing, isn't it? It lost 7.7% during Trump's first term and a ridiculous 21.5% during Biden's term. Yep, it's a bipartisan problem, but certainly we can see where it did worse under certain administrations. You're right. Very true. Okay, let's see here. Have a good night, Richard Metcalf. Mix says, what's up, Sal? How do you think silver is going to fare with the recent stock market news? Well, I think we're maybe partly seeing some of that. Well, it looks like the market is still open here, Jay Malise. It's up. And I think we're starting to see that. We'll find out what happens when the market's open on Monday, tomorrow morning. Because the stock market, I think, will be open even though it's a holiday. That's from what I understand. I don't know for sure, but we'll see. And so yeah, and Trump has already posted something trying to ease the markets, saying don't worry about China or trying to soften the blow of it. But he did make a pretty strong statement. 100% tariff. Yeah, hot water, bourbon, lemon, honey. I've tried all that stuff, Max. Unfortunately, it's very, very temporary. If there's any relief, it's very, very temporary. I'm going to try these menthol cough drops here in just a moment and see if it actually helps. Cough drops usually hardly ever help me. Very rarely. That's right. Yes, I will not give you the COVID through these speakers. That's right. All right, so now silver is moving here. We're seeing it move now again, up 31 cents again. It's kind of been fluctuating between like 6-7 cents and up 30 cents, up 33 cents. So yeah, we'll see there. All right, but yeah, look at that. But platinum and palladium have stayed up pretty good tick here, around the 2% range for both metals here tonight. So it's something. And then gold is now up almost a half a percentage point, up $19.70. There we go. See what we got here. Silver Billionaire. Can't wait for the live stream tonight. It's going to be interesting. Well, Silver Billionaire, let me know if you're here. Appreciate all of you guys being here tonight. And we got Ed Palmier. Once silver crosses and holds at $50, expects $3 to $5 moves followed by $100 moves in one trading day. Well, yeah, let's see. We got to see if it holds first. So far, it is holding above it. And after a weekend, this is the first weekend it's ever closed above $50 an ounce in the history of silver prices. So the fact that it's opening up above $50 an ounce is a big deal, folks. And staying above $50 an ounce for the most of the evening. We did have a slight pullback, but not much. Very good. All right, let's see here. Getting closer to finishing this coffee. And let's see here. And I can get the cough drop action going on there. Let's see if it actually makes a difference. Well, we have an online experiment. We'll see here. Steve C., I went to Summit Metals, made a purchase, dropped your channel in the comments. Well, yes, if you do make a purchase from them, tell them Sal sent you. And you can click the link in the description of this video to check out Summit Metals, see if they have what you're looking for, experience their great customer service, and if you do make a purchase, let them know that Uncle Sal sent you. Appreciate that. Thank you so much, Steve C. Paul Tissue, Fisherman's Friend lozenges are the best. Okay, I have to keep a note of that. Aiden's Destroyer with all I have been reading, Trump is buying up a lot of money from other countries with U.S. dollars. This is a sign of the collapse of the U.S. dollar. I did not know that. It's interesting. Trump's buying up money from other countries. I think in some way, I don't know. I think Trump mentioned in his first term, I'll never forget it, that he wants a weaker dollar. And so I think that is part of the strategy. And I think especially for tariffs and the like, there's a lot of stuff happening here. I don't know. But he's trying to just change a whole lot, and he's got to do it fairly quickly. A lot of this we've not experienced before, so we'll see. we gotta see. The GDP is doing good in this country though, but the thing is he can kind of experiment with the currency in that way, with not as much risk as you may think, believe it or not, because the dollar is the most dominated currency around the world. But I don't know how buying other currencies would work. I'm not sure. Some of this is untested, so we'll just have to see. Weak dollar stimulates exports. So that might be, yes, thank you, Ron. So that might be the impetus. That could be the motivation to get more exports out. Yeah. Okay. Littlefoot. Appreciate Littlefoot. He was on this video about the huge surge of gold buying happening there in New York. Video I just posted this afternoon. If you've not seen it, hope you will check that out. Let's take a look here and see what's going on in the markets now. We have got gold is now up 0.49%, up $19.80, $4,038.20. It did get up as high briefly to $4,045.90. Silver is up 0.39%, up 20 cents now to $50.21. So we're seeing sort of a stabilization. See what happens here. Shama says, Yankee explain about the difference. Hold on a second here. Explain about the different colors of gold in his latest with silver, copper, etc. Never knew it was because of the alloys. Yep. That's right. It sure is. Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, thank you, Ines Destroyer. Appreciate that. And Keith, PV House. Thank you, Keith, for the 5 spot. Says, my brother laughed when I bought silver at $28. Again at $35. Hilarity when I bought at $41. Now he's asking where to buy silver. Boom. Man, you owned it. That's awesome, Keith. That's wonderful. But let me tell you something. And thank you, James Leach, for posting a link to Littlefoot's channel. Very cool. Thank you. Check out Littlefoot. But Keith, great post and great comment. But remember, even if silver prices go back to $40 an ounce, even if it goes back to $40 an ounce, you're still winning. You don't know why? Because this is a market rally. This is unusual. Now, this time it's different, but the prices are going to normalize to some degree. But if we have a floor or a support at $40, we're still winning. We're still doing good, because that means that overall we've gone through this hurdle, and the new normal is going to be $40 plus, instead of in the last rally where it was $20 minus. In other words, $20 and a little bit less than that. We saw that through the last decade. I remember I was here for most of it, or all of it actually, well, except for 2011. All right, let me put a little bit of chaser in here. We're going to get the cough drop action. Are you all ready for the cough drop action here? Give me a heck yeah if you are. Might be the end of the coughing tonight. Will these cough drops work? We'll find out. Oh, yeah. We used to have something called Fortune Fridays, or Fortune Cookie Fridays. But now we've got Cough Drop Sundays. All right, here we go. Cherry flavored. All right, not bad. But there's where the markets are now. Silver up 20 cents. Let's refresh this just to see. Take a look here and see what we've got. Silver hanging in at 20 cents up. Still about $50. This is good. The longer we can hold on to $50, the better. Gold up $16.70. 0.42% increase to $4,035. Platinum up 28. Palladium up 30. Everything is in the green tonight. We did have silver fall below $50 briefly. Did not last long though, with our trading fairly light in the markets. Volume low. So there we're at. There's where we're at. Let's get down over here and see what we've got with a few more comments. Richard Metcalf, who I think had to split out a little bit early, says human psychology amazes me. People turn their nose up at $17.90 gold and rush to buy it at $4,000. I'm glad I did the other way around. Not that I'm snubbing at my nose at $4,000. Yep, you're right. Exactly. And honestly, I just recently made a purchase where I paid a normal premium at the time of order, and now upon delivery, which I think will come mid next week, it's going to be below spot if the prices hold above $4,000 an ounce, or yeah, just slightly below spot. It's crazy. All right. Silver Stanger says the price of some people's education is more expensive than others. That's right. Sure is. You're right. Thank you, Silver Stanger. David Davey says lines of customers in Japan as well. Yep. Talked about that in a video I did yesterday, actually. News is moving fast for sure. Bullion exchanges are tiny, so tiny it's no big deal if there's a line to get in. Yes. Yep. Yeah. Well, I guess their shop is tiny. Sure. THO, Tho. All right, thank you. $5 with some advice. Hot beer with honey cures everything. Okay, there you go. Hot beer with honey. I have to give that a shot sometime. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. Good crowd with us tonight. I appreciate you guys being here as you watch these markets move in real time in the Asian markets. We do this every Sunday. And if you are new here, I hope you will consider subscribing to the channel. I'm a little off my game tonight. Still and dealing with this cold somewhat and coughing, and I do apologize for that. But SMH says, yes, although owning gold and silver can be a hedge, you end up wasting much of your savings trying to store it safely. Buy gold silver ETFs that are physically backed, and you're good to go. They're not physically backed totally. There's way more paper contracts. You're not buying silver or gold with ETFs. You are buying the exposure to the price of gold and silver with those. And there's no way the average person is not going to settle for the physical. You're going to settle for cash. And so that's the situation we find ourselves in. All right, very good. All right, I'll check that out here after I got some of your other links too. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate it, my friend. I'll check those out as well. A lot to digest, a lot of news happening. But thank you for your thoughts, SMH. I'm not opposed to ETFs, as people want to diversify from within the precious metal space and that, but you're not actually buying silver with those or gold. All right. Christina Muller. Let me get something ready here. Hold on a minute. Let's see here. All right. And let's get this happening this way. Move things into position. From Christina Miller, or Christian Muller, I'd rather. I couldn't go to my dealers in France as the numismatic stores were full even after 4:30 when he said it would be quieter. Had some 5, 10 mark rare gold coins to sell, so I couldn't buy weight instead of rarity. Wonder if I was selling or buying it's buying at 80%. Went today on the internet page and others afterwards, and the whole thing in gold coins is empty. Never seen anything like it. The same thing in the other big French cities. Whole stocks are depleted. Wow. Must say France is in a very bad way. No government to talk about. That's why the US dollar has gone up against the euro these past few days. France will capsize in the coming month. Remember Greece in 2012? Well, it's worse in France, the other powerhouse after Germany. Next financial crisis is coming out of France. Simple as that. All right, thank you for insight. What's going on in France? I heard that the prime minister resigned. So, yeah, that's crazy. Thank you for that report. Matt Bittner with an algorithmic lollipop. Thank you, sir. Coming to a country near you. True that. Right. Exactly. Already happening. We're already reported on it here in New York. All right. What do we have here in the markets again? All right, is just hanging on to its gains here. Silver up 20 cents. Again, a victory we can report as silver stays above $50. $50 tonight. A part of me thought it would go up even higher, considering the market volatility, overall stock market volatility, what Trump has said, and also what is happening with all the disruptions in the supply chain and all that. All right, very good. I did not buy the Navy Silver Eagle, Ibg. Did not get that one. I got the Army one and the Laser Privy, but I did not get the Navy one. I think they're available again for sale. So yeah, there it is. Gold up $20.30 tonight, up 0.51%, 4,038. Both platinum and palladium are both up $30 tonight. Wow, what a strong clip. All right, and let's see here. Joey Lives, this is nuts. Thanks, Sal. Thank you so much. Yeah, crazy times. A lot of stuff happening in the silver market these days. All right, so Steve says bullion exchanges is still all online with very little silver and gold displayed in the window. You can bring your metals in for selling or buying off the website. Once paid, you are given a window period to come back to pick it up. And Ben is all about bullion. For collectible coins, you bring those to collectible coin shops. Yep, that's right. True. All right, good to see you guys. Glad you're here with us tonight. And let's see here. Bill Arrington, keep on stacking in the free world. I'll be listening tonight while cooking. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that, my friend. Hope you're here with us. Nay is here. Good to see you. Nay. And we've got this from Not Gonna Do It. At this point in juncture, let me get over to this on the LBMA turmoil video that I posted this morning. As a security insider, I have to let you guys know this. There are only a few specific planes and airlines allowed to ship PMs overseas. This might shock you, but there's a federal government agency that allows international shipment of PMs. Airlines have to submit a security proposal and meet specific requirements, from aircraft inspections to flight crews and even accepting ground crews. There are specific aircraft requirements, and these foreign nations' requirements they have to meet. Interesting. Well, thank you for that. I did not know that. Carrie is saying it's still unavailable. Okay, so it went back to, was becoming available, and now it's unavailable again. All right, good. Thank you for letting me know. MM says Sal casually displaying 65K. I don't know. Oh, man. I don't know if it's that much, but thank you. Liquid Electrum says, let's see where it goes tonight. Seeing it live. That's right. Liquid Electrum it was here. I don't know if he's still here. Appreciate Liquid Electrum. Always. There's Dean R with us tonight as well. Yeah, I don't think it's been halted, cheesy goodness, because we started to see the markets move again. And of course, it could have also just been a glitch with Kitco. I think that's what happens, but the markets are moving tonight. But yeah, let's see here. All right. Edward K. Women can be harmed by this gold fever. Yes, indeed. You don't want that. And we've got this from Worth We Want. It says here, my family is not laughing at me now. That's right. After seeing what they're doing, it's been an amazing ride. But the thing is, sooner or later, that euphoria, everything's going to come back down. We'll see here. Best thing for coughing is tea. Yep, I've drunk a lot more tea. I've drunk more tea than I have in the past week and a half than I have for quite a while. Trading is updating gold prices, but still has not shown any new trades on silver tonight. Well, we saw what happened here. There's 20 cents. We saw it move up 6 cents, up 20. It's not as frequent, but it's still trading. We're seeing movements here tonight. Let me show you. Well, this side is not showing anything. So this may be stuck here on this side. 50.09 for the bid price. 50.09 here. So it may just be doing it infrequently and not showing on the live side. Let's take a look at gold. See, same thing here for gold. Nothing in this period here at all, or it's delayed. We saw something happening here, but it's sort of delayed. I don't know. 1858, what is that? Oh, no, I guess there's a gap there. We're not at 1900 yet. So this is live here. So I must be reading this wrong. Let's look at silver again. 1658. So here we go. So we're looking at this here, this candle. So there's no activity happening right now, but the timestamps and the volume is pretty much dropped off. But look, see this here? This is the next section here. We see something forming right there. So we'll see if that moves up or down one way or the other. We'll find out. We'll watch this for a little bit and see if anything happens. If it wakes up and see here. But yeah, crazy. I don't know. Something could be stuck. But let's see here. Anything at all? Bueller. It's 1859 now. -4 UTC. Universe transverse. Whatever that is. I don't see 1659, 1859. Wait a minute here. Where's this? That's 17. It's 1859 now. And this is 17. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. Silver chart is still stuck on October 10th. Gold chart has been trading for an hour, October 12th. Okay. Let's see here. But why were the silver prices moving, though, JM? So right here, they're moving, but not on the live chart. So these are updating, just not as much, right? Whereas gold is updating here, 1900, and there's 1909, although there's a gap here. I don't know why there's a gap here. And where's the date? I see the time, but I don't see the date. Where is the date? Anyways. Let's see here. Oh, here's the date. October 12th, 2025. There's the date there. Let's take a look at silver again. October 12th. Okay, October 12th, 1900. So I'm showing it's just there's not I don't know, there's nothing happening here for some reason. Nothing happening here. So yeah, but or it's been sporadic. I think the silver reporting has been sporadic, but I think they're open and they're mostly just showing over here on this side, not in the live charts. I think that's what's happening here. Good to see you guys. Good to see silver heist. So we'll keep an eye on it and watch for any movements, mainly on this side. But it looks like that it's frozen on this side. We'll see here. Have a good night, Rocky Superstar. Appreciate it. Check out Rocky's channel. But there it is. Okay. We'll come back and see if there's any updates at all. Okay, Maria says, Shirley Bassey, Goldfinger, current events from future trends. This time I have 3 out of 7 presented. Okay, I'm not sure what that means at all. But anyways, all right, thank you. We got Chicken Outlaw says, gold's the main event. Silver's the guy sweeping up confetti after the show. There we go. All right. Well, it seems like they're right. Gold is that is leading the charge. It has been for quite a long time, but right now silver is popping out for sure. Yama says here, this has the same vibe as Warhammer Army Showcase. Cool. All right. Thank you. All right. Very good. The song is from Goldfinger. Okay. Very good. Thank you. The song's from Goldfinger. I just didn't know all the lyrics to it, I guess. Thank you. All right. Let's see here. Oh, Shirley Bassey saying gold. Okay, thank you. All right, Shirley Bassey saying Goldfinger. All right, thank you. All right, thank you for the context of that. I knew you guys would pick that up. Very good. All right, so let's see if there's anything here moving. No new movement here tonight. Let's see here. So I guess getting limited trickles of reporting for the silver markets. But I think we can safely say it's up above $50 right now, which is good news. All right. James Swan says here, I was nowhere near my gold ounce stack target before the prices exploded. I actually hope prices come down significantly since it's priced too high for me right now. Yeah, it would be nice to see it come down. I agree with that. If you're a buyer, it's definitely what you want. And then let's take another cough drop. See if it helps. So far, it's not been very successful. All right, let's see here. Oh, piercing. Shoot. Hold on a minute, guys. Okay, hold on. Apologize. Let me try something. Okay, hold on. I don't know why that happened. I don't know why that happened. That's weird, but we're back now. Sorry about that. We're back. All right. Sorry for that little feedback. That's going to lose me some viewers. Dang it. Sorry about that, guys. We're back. All right. Thanks for letting me know, guys. All right. Leaderby says here, I don't have enough money for gold, but I did get a silver Superman. Okay. All right. Collectible silver, high premium stuff. I got one too, but yeah, they're there. Let's see here. All right, let's see what we've got happening. We've got 10 Man says, will it correct, Sal? I'd rather purchase then. I don't know. I think sooner or later it's going to correct, but I don't know what that correction is going to look like. We just have to ride it through and see what happens. Mr. Dream says, and we'll look at the markets again after this and see if there's any updates with silver. Let's see, we've got, he says, oh, shoot, hold on a second here. He says, this is history in the making in front of us, gold to 5K before the end of the year. And let's not forget rhodium might go to 100,000 an ounce. And did you know that gold is a shield against radiation? It's one of the most important properties of gold. It was used in the Ark of the Covenant to protect the radiation emitted by the Ten Commandments. I think the pyramid in Egypt was built to keep the radiation protected inside. I think the pyramid was completely gold-plated and the gold capstone had been stolen, and that's where the pyramid had been stripped off from its outer layer. And the legend of the lost city of gold. All right, that's interesting. Pretty wild. Thank you, Mr. Dreams. Let's see here. You guys are great. Let's see here. And let's get over here to this. We got Novus Ko Mundi. It's crazy. My quarter-ounce gold piece that I bought just a few years ago for $350 is now worth over $1,000. Mind-blowing, isn't it? It's crazy. It's crazy what's going on in the markets. Eddie Smith says, I just watched Gold Rush Reporter, and he said what you said word for word. He also talked about Summit Metals. And Gold Rush Reporter. That might be a copy channel. Somebody told me about that. That there, some of these places are copying content. I'm going to look them up and see on an off-site here. Let's see here. Likely they are probably a, yes, it is a channel that is stealing content from me. If I'm not mistaken. Well, before I actually say that, I'm going to have to listen to some of the videos. I'm not going to do that now. But oh yeah, I can tell even by looking at the thumbnails and looking at the thing. It is a channel that is stealing content. Yes, these AI channels are horrible. Worst thing ever. Stay away from Gold Rush Reporter. These places, I'm going to report the channel, but anyways. Let's see here. Very good. All right. Buy and hold, and you can't lose in the long run. That's right, exactly. True that, true that. And let's see here. Michael K. Bang. Zoom off to the moon. That's right. It's been crazy. Wild to see gold holding above $4,000 an ounce. Silver holding above $50 an ounce. AJH. Everybody else is just starting to figure out what we all knew already. Yep, exactly. True that. Steve C. Glad it started stacking back when gold was $1,000. Yes. You're doing good, Steve. That's for sure. And right now, gold is at $4,000 an ounce. $4,053 right now, up $35.50 tonight. And gold or silver has not moved, edged from its up 20 cents. But we did see activity with silver earlier in the day. Rather, silver was up 33 cents, and it was up 7 cents, and then up 21 cents. Now it's up 20. It's held at 20 cents for a while. So trading's been sporadic in the silver market, and I don't know what's causing it. It's not updating over at the live charts here. Yeah, it's been stuck here for a while, but it is showing today's date. So that means it is trading today. It's just been sporadic, and it's not been updating here. It's only been updating here. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but anyways. Let's see here. All right. William Cox says here, all the crypto will rally this week and right back to where it left off. Could happen. But $54 by Friday, okay, AJH. See what happens for silver by Friday. Top is near, says Peter Bedford. Top is near. All right. It very well could be. We have to think about that possibility that we might be near the top. Chad Wolf says, I need to add an eagle. Yes, I hear you. Personal Stash. Thank you so much, Personal Stash. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much. Steve LaPointe says the COMEX price is $47.51. And let's see here. I'm going to look and confirm that for the 48.17. I'm showing 48.17 right now. So yeah, let's see here. Very good. We've got Northern Hillbilly. When it hits 5,000 gold, you better have a lot of lead. Yep, I know. You got to always be careful. Always be well protected, for sure. Stuff. Very good, very good. Well protected. Be careful with how you store your gold, where you store it, and everything. I've done many videos on that topic. It's very important. Gas Grill. I'm excited to see the markets open this evening. I think silver will continue to climb this week. Yes. Yes, indeed. And so far it is. At least a little bit. Very good. Let's see what we've got. Cheap Laugh Kennedy. Alan Greenspan. We can print cash, but we cannot guarantee its purchasing power. That's right, exactly. That's a massive truth bomb. Massive truth bomb. And let's get to this. Refresh this. And while we do this, let's see if there's any movement at all with silver. Stuck at up 20 cents. Stuck at up 20 cents tonight. So there it is. Gold, though, is continuing to move. It's up almost a full percentage point tonight. Up $39.40 tonight to $4,057.80. Platinum is up over 2%, up $33. Palladium is up $32. All right. And let's see. There we go. Yeah. Diamond District. It is something else. Crazy what's going on there. So nothing at all with silver. And again, we see no activity at all over here at all. And so far just showing up 20 cents. So I don't know when those things, maybe we should be telling the people at the markets that turn those machines back on. Turn those machines back on. It could be. Yeah, if there was too much traffic at Kitco, it just wouldn't load. We've had that glitch out before. Very good. Yes, good to see Hoosier Stacker is here. Welcome, Hoosier. Good to see you. Good to see Annie Oakley. I've had some canned soup, chicken noodle soup. And for some reason, and cough drops very rarely help me for some reason. Very rarely. I'm on my second one now, but let's see here. Still coughing up a storm. Apologize for that. But there it is. All right, let's get back over here and see what we've got. Some more comments. Going our way through the broadcast here. We've got Eric Gentlis here says, if we are wrong about this, I'm going to have a sculptor cast all my molten silver into an accurate bust of me. All right, there you go. All right. And we've got Hill Cracker Stacker, hang on tight. I believe we're in for a wild market in the next 24 hours. We very well could be. I think we could be. In fact, I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going on here with Kitco, but not reporting now, but it may be up even higher than 20 cents. We'll see. Regiograph, I buy silver, gold, too pricey. Yep. Yeah, a lot of people feel the same way about that, for sure. All right. We have got this from GeoCube. I'm looking forward to your live stream at 6 p.m. I have to wait for the PM markets to open for another 40 minutes. Also, what will happen to the stock market this Monday? I'll be very interested to see when the markets open up. I believe they will be open tomorrow, even though it's a federal holiday. Donamondo, it's 9:16, says this. Of course, the silver price is only behaving the way it is because there are problems in the physical market. And as silver investors, we waited a long time for that to happen, and it's not our best interest that markets normalize. Yeah, but sooner or later they will. Everything is going to come back to normal. But it may be a different normal than what we've seen in the past. So we'll see how that plays out. All right, let's see here. Cherokee Cowboy, keep on stacking. Exactly. That's how we're going to do it. Keep on stacking the free world. What do world banks believe? They believe in stacking gold. They do believe in stacking gold, for sure. Strong. Next week for gold and silver should be very interesting. I think so, too. I think it will as well. We're going to keep an eye on it. Nicholas says here, a good way to buy gold is that 10 people buy 1 kilo bar. They can cut it into 10 pieces and use scale. Yeah, they don't really need to do that, though. I think they can just continue just to buy the 1 ounce or the bars. Let's see here. All right. Crusty white bread. Diamond bread. There you go. Diamond bread. We love it. All right. Let's see here. All right. Diamond bread. Diamond crusted bread. Let me get over here. We got to see what's happening here with the markets now. Refresh and see if there's any activity at all happening. Nope, none at all with gold. But I think probably we can probably surmise that, or nothing at all with silver. We can probably surmise that gold is probably moving about the same pace as gold. Silver's moving about the same pace as gold tonight, maybe a little bit more. So it is possible that silver could technically be moving up 1% tonight. But I don't know. Yeah, Outlaw Chicken. That's because I'm still fighting this cold. And it actually is a strain in my throat to talk, as you can probably tell. So I'm still dealing with a cold, so I apologize for that. And these colds, or this is COVID, by the way, but it's acting like a cold in my throat. And it just takes a long time. It always takes a long time for me to get over it in my throat. And I hate that, especially considering what I do. John Belseth, metal prices are a reflection of prolific money printing activities. That's true to a point, but that's not what's happening now. That is not what's happening now. Let's see here. Where does Summit Metal get their silver price? The website says silver plus 98 cents, 50.91. It's a combination of different areas, and they used to just report straight spot prices. They don't do that anymore. But the dealers all use a combination of different sources, and so I don't know. I don't know where they get their price. But anyways, but I've asked other dealers that in the past. I've actually asked APMEX, as APMEX is one of the worst offenders of it. And Summit still has cheaper spot prices than the other dealers do. Most other dealers, even though they pad them as well. But some of these other dealers, they just they go crazy. But it's not the true spot price. All right. Still watching silver, no movement at all. I don't know what's going on here, but we'll see what's happening here. All right, Matt Wingy, New York City, and get a rope, keep on stacking. There you go, keep on stacking the free world, Matt Wingy. Gonna try something else. Let's see here. I'm looking something online here. Let's see here. Okay. Trying to find another source for actual spot price. And I don't know of any other place than Kitco. Kitco is the only place. I don't know of any other place that has it. So I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, it's frustrating when it's not reporting here. Especially tonight, of all nights. But I can safely say that it's probably up, you know? And, so yeah. Let's see. All right, we've got this here from Tiki Tavi says, let's see what the metals do this coming week. Will there be a big pullback? Yes, and we'll find out. We'll see. That's right. Jay Lee, so it's an issue with TradingView and Kitco. If you switch to this site and see the live silver price. Okay, very good. All right, let me see. Let me see if I can get to that. Thank you, JM. Thank you, JM Unleashed. Okay, very good. Thank you. All right, let's see here. All right, it opened up in the right window. This is great. And link to the 5-minute. All right, let's see here. Thank you, JM. Let's see here. Okay. 49.83. That's got to be their bid price. And they're using, let me see here, 5-minute. Didn't take. It did not take. It does not like me doing anything else. Let's do 3-minute. Okay, very good. All right, so this is what we're looking at now. Thank you, JM Unleashed. I appreciate that. I think this is the bid price. And if we look over here, and now look at this. Now silver's up 31 cents over here. So look at this. This is crazy. So now it's showing up 31 cents on the Kitco side, right? But nothing here, but it's showing up right here. So that this is not moving, but this is showing it is up 31 cents. So let's take a look at this again. So now I'm a little confused, but anyways, let's see here. So I'm not sure exactly how this is going to translate or what this means here. 50.23, up 0.1%. We watch this here, so we'll go back between both of them. I think that's probably the good thing to do. Watch it, but so it's not moved a whole lot, but it is up, and so we'll see here. Lovener, thank you for the information. Sal, interesting. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Very cool. Snakebite says here, always great content, Sal. Watch every video. Don't always comment. Been sub for years. Well, thank you, Snakebite. It means a lot to me that you're watching, and I appreciate it that you're doing that. Definitely. Martin Moran says central banks are not buying crypto. There's a big clue. Yep, that's right. They sure are not. You're right about that. They're not buying crypto, indeed. Okay. Now let's see. We got Cybercrunch Twitcher says interesting stuff. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Let's try it. Let's go for the third cough drop. So far it's not helped, but we'll try it. All right. Cough drop number 3. Saving up for an ounce. There you go, Chad Wolf. I still think it's not a bad idea to do. Although I understand it might be difficult now as the price has moved up so quick. There it is. Gina Young says, thank you, Sal. Thank you so much, Gina. Appreciate you watching. And looking at Kitco. Now, Kitco is waking up again here. Up 39 cents to $50.40 for the ask price, 50.28. Still nothing here. But when we go over here and see this, we have got 50.31 right now. So, and we're showing the actual chart here that JM Unleashed has been very kind. Let me see, are they sugar-free? It doesn't say if they're sugar-free or not. It means there probably got sugar in it. I gotta be careful. I don't want... Yeah, so, yeah, I gotta be careful taking too many of these things if they got sugar in them. Yeah, good point, CCT. All right. So there you go. All right, 50.23 right now. So it's continuing to climb here, folks. 50.34, I guess, is the ask price. And then down here, we've got 50.23 for the bid price where they do the... so thank you. Thanks to JM Unleashed for sending that, by the way. And this is still showing some activity here. 50.29 and 50.41. So there it is. So silver's back to moving again over on Kitco, at least on this portion, not on the live chart version, but this side is showing 50.41 and 50.29 for the bid price. Gold is up $30.90. So very good. All right. There's where the markets are again. Yeah, we'll do an open panel sometime. I need to... Yeah, maybe we'll do that again soon. Those open panels don't really, you know, it's hit or miss sometimes with those things. But yeah, maybe we'll do... I probably need to schedule something like that and prepare people for it. But yeah. But yeah, all right, so let's see. So let's get back to some of the comments and see what some of you are saying. We'll revisit this and see what happens. But so far... I think it's suffice to say that silver has held on for most of the night above $50 an ounce, and that is a strong victory for tonight. And if I'm not mistaken, in 1980 and 2011, it did not stay this high that long, which means that we may not be at the end of this bull run yet. Theo Go Romy says here, when the silver from New York lands in London, there'll be a plane there from India waiting to pick it up. Right, but it could be. India wants a lot of silver too, for sure. Yeah, APMEX, I never check APMEX for spot prices because they're way up high, Joseph White. They're not, and every dealer does pad the prices, but APMEX is one of the worst offenders for showing spot price. So I never check them for that. I would never do that. And right now we can see silver kind of normalizing here. 50.39 up 21 cents right now. And 50.23. And over here we've got 50.45 up 44 cents. So it's actually up almost 0.9% tonight reporting this. So there it is. All right. All right. Whoa. Wow. Jesse J. Okay. I didn't know APMEX still had those. You probably could have gotten it cheaper at Summit Metals. I'm not sure, but thank you. Thank you, Jesse J. Let's see here. And let's see here. We got Ominous Rooster. Silver has a full tank of gas and continues to drive up. This includes gold, jet fuel. Yes, indeed. That's right. Sure does. The marathon has just started. A lot of people feel that way. And I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, but we should start to be talking about what it's going to look like after this ends. Because we're in unusual times, and sooner or later things are going to normalize. I don't know when that is going to be and what it's going to look like, but we'll talk about it on the channel in the coming days. Yemi Bolo says, inflation-adjusted silver should be $200 minimum for $50 in 1980. $50 is a joke. 4 times from here. Bye, bye, bye. Yes, but the thing is we should never use 1980 or even 2011 as a metric from where silver's price should be today. In fact, honestly, this right now is a bad time to really figure out if this is. Right now, there's a lot of chaos in the markets, which is one of the reasons why it's gone up so much. So keep that in mind too. We need to figure this out after this big bull run. But all right, Jaden the Fright says here in 1979. TV news reports showed long lines of buyers in queue at New York City waiting to buy gold coins from stores. During the 70s, the most popular gold coin was the Krugerrand because it contained exactly 1 troy ounce of gold, which made determining its value more easy according to the spot price of gold. The next year, on January 21st, the spot price of gold peaked at $8.50 per troy ounce, which today seems like a bargain since the price of gold has risen to $4,060. That's right, exactly. Yep, for sure. Let's see here. Alec, what points do I plan on profiting? I don't know. I don't know that I have a certain number in mind. That's where area where I'm weak, where I don't really take profits on precious metals, because it's very unusual that I do that. Very few times. Obviously, if silver's price was to spike up dramatically and I could liquidate for substantial profit, I may consider some of it, but it would probably have to be at least double, at least triple-digit silver, I would think. And I would probably use those proceeds to buy gold if I could do it, if the price of gold didn't go up at the same clip. If the ratio narrowed, I'd probably sell some silver to buy gold with it, is probably what I would do. All right. Silver billionaire. Gold is tough for me. The premium is on fractional, just hurts too much. Also, I feel like silver is a much better purchase at the moment. Yeah, no, I hear there's a lot of people that feel the same way, for sure. Understandable. Savinator. All right, got to roll. Thank you so much. Salt must flow. Thanks, Savinator. Thanks for popping in tonight. THS is here. Good to see you. Thomas Chu says, today, just like every other day, it's a good day to add to the old stack. There you go. That's right. Thank you, Bikini Woman, for watching this video. Appreciate it, as always. Let's refresh this and see this link. All right, have a good night, CCT. Thanks for popping in tonight. Look at this, folks. Now, silverprice.org is showing up 44 cents, 0.88%, 50.62, and 50.15. That's weird. That's a strange spread. That's very odd. I don't know what's going on there, which means that things can be messed up here too, because this is just showing $50.15 down slightly from previous. So let's take a look over here, and we're looking at Kitco now. Kitco is now showing silver up 52 cents right now, up over 1% right now to 50.41 in the bid and the ask of 50.51, which means the silver price chart may be delayed as well. So it sounds like there's a delay in the charts there on both places. And it's just not working at all, I don't think, for the charts here on the trading view. But we'll take a look one more time. Yep, same thing. In fact, honestly, this thing, there was a little blip right here, but it's gone now. But so I think probably this is accurate and this is not. Let me see here. 50.15 and 50.61 and 50.53. So I don't know. I don't know what to really trust. I don't know what this is. 50.63. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that reporting is. But I think this is off. So I think I might close this site out because I think there's something awry there. I just don't know. There's some wonky stuff happening in the markets for sure tonight, but I'm not sure. We'll keep an eye on it. Good to see Klesh. Welcome. Good to see you, Klesh. Thanks, James Elise, for posting a link to Klesh's channel. Welcome. Wild day. Silver, we can safely say, is definitely above $50 an ounce tonight and holding on to that. Every day we can see that is a good day for sure. Been a wild ride. And right now, Kitco is reporting, at least on this side, so we're going to say that it is at $50.54, up 53 cents tonight, over 1% increase. Platinum has been trading up 2% for most of the night, up 35 bucks. Palladium over 2.7% for most of the night here, up $38. Gold up 0.7%, up $28.10 for gold. So there it is. Wow. All right. Let's get down over here and see what we've got happening. Buy low, silver away. There you go, Jay. Yeah. Buy low, silver away. And Gord says here, they deserve to get crushed. They have been playing with the market for years. It only needed enough players to take a run on them to crack the seal. We'll see what happens, because they've been under strain for quite some time, but have been able to survive by the skin of their teeth. So we'll see. Goonmaster Chud says here, yes, hold gold and silver and platinum and palladium and copper. I love every dime. There you go, Scrooge McDuck. That's right. Hold on to it. Far out, brother. And Coin Geek Sal, thank you. Zix Road, yes. Love it, love it. Thank you to Night Brass. Appreciate you watching. Dennis Niemeyer, buy what you can afford. That's right. Buy the dip from Summit Metals. Amen, brother. Exactly right. The cat's out of the bag now, for sure. Yes, indeed. I never had my cat in the bag, thank goodness. All right, and we've got this. We've got Maria says, put all your collection in your safety deposit box at the bank or your bullion dealers who offer that service. Think people, yes. That's right. Well, I would not do that at the safe deposit box, and I would find a way to store outside of a foreign depository or a safe deposit box. Safe deposit boxes aren't as safe as people think. They're not insured. They're not covered by insurance. Thank you, Willa. Appreciate it. I'd like to give the updates on the channel. And we've got this from Silver Heist. I wonder if New York State shows increase or decrease in sales tax receipts for precious metals. When buyers exceed a certain limit, it becomes tax-free. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it depends on the purchase. At the point of purchase, if it's above a certain amount, then they're tax-free. I guess it's calculated at checkout, I guess. Just like online purchases, I'm sure. Yes, indeed. All right. And let's see here. Let's get to the next comment. We've got Carrie Tarrant on this afternoon's video. Says the following. I think this is just at the beginning of people buying gold and silver. The general public is finally noticing the rise of price of the PMs. When FOMO takes hold, purchases will really go up. I think so too. And it may be something even bigger now because there's more social media, there's more talk than there was in 2011, obviously in 1980. So word is going to get around much quicker. That leaves credence to that for sure. All right. Coach Scott, Sal, how does price trace on the backside of a bull run? Obviously going to depend on how high she climbs, but I'm trying to decide where to stop buying. There's a technical analysis on that that you're going to have to follow that I'm not as plugged into. So you just have to do your own due diligence and research. But I always say, whenever you make a purchase of silver or gold, always expect that the price is going to go down from there. And you won't be so disappointed. But in the long run, you're going to do very well. You'll do very well in the long run. Because that's what it's about. Buying gold and silver, even in this market, it should not be about making money. It's about preserving wealth in the long run. All right. Johnny, keep your eyes on the online dealers if they start running out of gold. It's on. Yeah, that's true. Gotta watch it. And it may be temporary supply disruptions for a lot of different things, but, you know, if it's extended, that's a different story. We saw a semblance of that back in 2021, 2022. Gino says gold prices are driving more people to gold backs. Anyone can afford to pick up a gold back or two every week. That's true, but they're very high and they should not be for stacking. All right. Very good. Yeah, we should hold on to our stack with the temptations of higher prices. If people need to liquidate some of their stack, you know, that's fine for an emergency or for an opportunity. I've talked about that before, but overall, pad your stack with dollars so you don't have to sell. Because who knows what's going to happen overall. Dinar taking a ride on heavy metal. That's right, brother. Exactly. Chris Tennis says here, I assume those who buy precious physical metals are mostly holders and rarely sellers. I never sold one. Tell me if you guys actively sell. Yeah, well, it's a different market, and there's a lot of selling going on with gold too, and they're paying a little bit less, but some of that is shifting now. But yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how it plays out. But remember, if there's a lot of people selling at once, you're going to get a lot less for it than you would in a normal market. Yep, that's right, Pamela Rice. In the long run, we're all dead. That's exactly right. Let's do this and get back over here. Now that Kitco is reporting semi-regularly now. Showing it to 50.34.5 now. So now it's up 34 cents again, which is kind of where we started the night. So it's pulling back some of the gains here, but it's still up a good clip, comfortably above $50 an ounce, even in the bid price. So that's good news. But yeah, we'll see. It'll be very interesting to see how it looks when the London markets open up. All right. Yeah, pranks. Yeah, very well could, especially if they go up much faster. That'll be a prank on the gold coins outlaw. Yes, it will. All right, we've got Sergeant Rudy. Woohoo! There you go. That's right. We're celebrating. And the great Hoosier Stacker commenting on my first video, and 12 years later, still into it. Thanks for your insight and your friendship. Thank you. Appreciate that, Hoosier. You are the man. Very much appreciate that, my friend. Yep, still going strong in spite of a cold. And I just finished my third cough drop, and it did not help one iota with the coughing. Cough drops just don't help me. All right, let's see here. Very good. Let's take a look and hover at this market price again. We can see that it is up tonight, up 34 cents, hanging in there. Gold is up $23.30, 0.58% increase to $4,041.70. Staying up for sure. Gold, silver, platinum, and palladium both killing it tonight. Platinum and palladium up over 2% each, $36 each. Amazing. Yeah. Been a wild ride for the markets. Sure has been. Very, very good. All right. Let's see here. Movement tonight in the metals. And so that's what we're looking at here tonight. Now, who knows what's going to happen? There's a lot happening that could move them one direction or another. You know, I would say overnight in the next few hours, if we get some sort of understanding or some sort of market reaction or you know, Trump reverses course, what happened with those tariffs, then we could see the metals fall somewhat. And not by a whole lot, I don't think. But we'll see here. Oh, there it is. All right, folks. Well, there's not a lot happening here. The metals are kind of hanging out here. I apologize again for my voice tonight. But it is strained, and I'm going to have to let you go. But we'll be back on here tomorrow. Stay tuned for tomorrow morning's video. And for Tuesday night's live stream, rather. We have fun on Tuesday nights as well at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. But if you've not seen the videos I posted today, I hope you'll watch both of them. But thank you so much for being here. If you're new here, I hope you will consider subscribing to the channel. So with that being said, keep your feet on the stars. And keep on reaching for the ground. Have a good night, all. Take care. See ya.